On September 26, 2024, Hurricane Helene hit Perry, Florida, cascading up the state into Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, Indiana, and Ohio before receding. And how did news media discuss the catastrophe? Costly, $79.6 billion to be exact, the most seventh expensive hurricane according to the 2024 Consumer Price Index. How twisted is that logic? That we judge environmental devastations by their fucking price tag. For weeks, I watched my TikTok mutuals organize community action to save themselves. As readers can probably guess at this point, I remember first hearing about the hurricane on TikTok. I remember content creators doing live streams days before anticipating the level of devastations. The first two things I remember the most were one, TikTok creators live streaming as the hurricane flooded their homes, endangering their lives, sometimes walking in waist or neck deep water near live wires, receiving tens of thousands of viewers only to promote their businesses and algorithmically socially capitalize on the tragedy unfolding around them, destroying their homes. And this isn't to bastardize folks who lost their homes. I can't blame them. My point is that this phenomena has the same vibe as US folks taking to GoFundMe for their medical debt. The second and equally perverse profit-centric thing I remember was business owners as media who made the deeply inhumane choice to stay open, despite massive outreach, broadcasting the knowingly unsurvivable and or completely anticipated catastrophic flooding and winds that were hitting the areas. The owners who cared more about profit than workers and residents' lives. Then afterwards, businesses like Walmart were guarded by cops as if their property, folks needed to survive, was more important to protect than the sanctity of our human fucking lives. I thought about how there was a significant chance the same, especially major corporate business owners, were run by the same climate change deniers and escalators responsible for why Earth has become so devastated by colonial capitalist logics and practices that Hurricane Helene happened. I thought about how, according to the Environmental Defense Fund, the most damaging U.S. hurricanes are 3 times more frequent than 100 years ago, and the proportion of major hurricanes, Cat 3 or above, in the Atlantic has doubled since 1980, and that is not a fucking coincidence. Severe hurricanes have escalated because of their sickening fucking greed, and most of all, I thought about how we all deserve better than to be drowned and have our homes destroyed by this bullshit system poisoning us to death. And how, when it isn't suffocating us to death slowly or drowning us, it burns many of us alive.